All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Always renew your mindset. So I think I should be back now, live. I don't know what happened. Uh, there was a kind of interruption. I think it was my fault actually, because I tried to pull out some. I tried to pull out something why this was on. So that was the cause. I know what caused that. So we are back now, and I think the stream should be all right now. So we'll go straight down to why we are here. I am going to discuss according to the topic you are seeing there. It's a potential signs that your marriage is about to break up. There are some signs you will see in your marriage. You know that this marriage will not last anymore. I will discuss those signs with you tonight. Like I said at the initial stage, if you are watching and you feel that you are going to contribute, don't hesitate to use the, what is it called, the live chat section to just join us. As you are joining us, please don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to share this video. Share the video, please. I will try to share from my own end as well. I tried to share the former one already before, but all the same, I think I took it off from where I was trying to do some. I was wanting to take off the headphone. I think that disturbed it. So, but I think now it should be fine. It's already fine now. No, it should be fine. Everything is fine now. So if you are here and you are hearing me, please let me know you are hearing me. Just let me know you are hearing me, so that I will continue properly. And it's a great topic to discuss, to be honest. And most of my teaching is always useful. So I'm live now. I think I'm fine with my sound and everything. But if you are there and you feel that you can't hear me, sort of, just comment. But I know I'm fine now. But if I'm not fine, I will know. I will know, guys. So if you are joining, join. Let's discuss like a few minutes, and that's we gone. That's we gone. All right. Potential signs that your marriage is about to break up. So what this means is that the things you'll be seeing in your marriage, and when you begin to see those things, know that you are the verge of breaking up in that marriage. That means your marriage is at risk. If you begin to see those things in your marriage is totally at risk. So that's what we're going to discuss right away. That's what we're going to discuss right away. All right. Number one of those things that you see in your marriage, and you know that there is problem in your marriage, you might not survive it. And why I'm trying to make this video is because many people have gotten these signs in the past. Many people have experienced these signs in the past, but they don't know that this sign could lead to their marriage breakup, and suddenly their marriage have to break up because they were insensitive to these signs. They were very much insensitive to these signs. I can see some people saying that they say hi now. So good. That means our audio and everything is fine. And thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, David, for joining in. I hope, David, just let us know if our sound and everything is okay. So if our sound and everything is okay, that would be great. So let's go on. Number one potential sign. No any order of preference, no any order of hierarchy. But they are all very important signs, especially if you are married. You need to watch out for these signs in your marriage. If you're experiencing these signs, you need to work on them like speedily, quickly. If not, you don't need prayers. That marriage is about to break. I don't renew mindset on things I'm not sure about. I don't renew mindset of things I have not verified and know that it's going to impact you. And when you listen to them, you will save your marriage. You will save your marriage. Whether you are married or not married, this video is for you because one day you are going to get married. For those who are already married, it is even more important to you because you need to save that marriage that is shaking. Number one is called neglect. Neglect. When your marriage begins to shake, or if you are already experiencing neglect from your partner, you know, when your partner takes you for granted, it doesn't take you serious. You know, when you are talking, you neglect and discard everything you are telling him or her. So it begins to show you that there's neglect, there is this total disregard in your partner, be your wife or your husband. It neglects everything, and not only neglecting what you're saying, it neglects even the care he has for you. You see, it neglects even the care he has for you. You know, it begins to not care about you anymore. It neglects in all ramifications. You see, you might be even discussing with him, his mind is somewhere else, because it doesn't see you as anybody anymore. You are nobody. So when your husband begins to neglect you as a wife, there's a problem in that marriage. If it continues, it could lead to a breakup of a marriage. When your wife begins to neglect a husband as well, when your wife constantly begins to neglect you, neglect your action, neglect everything you do, irrespective how serious what you are doing is, your partner, be your wife or your husband, begins to neglect it, my dear, that marriage is going to a risk mode. A risk mode. Neglect. When you begin to neglect somebody, you call your spouse, you call your wife, you call your husband, it's an indication that will lead to marriage breakup. Neglect. No husband likes to be neglected. No wife likes to be neglected. No wife likes to be neglected. Like I said, it's going to be interactive section. If you know there are some other factors that could lead to marriage breakup, potential signs of marriage breakup, write it on the live chat section. We are going to read it out at the end of this program. We're going to read them out. But these ones I'm giving out, they are certain. All right. Another point there is what is called continuous disagreement. Continuous disagreement. When you disagree continuously, especially when you are disagreeing on one subject matter every day, every time. Today, you are the quarrel for food. Next tomorrow, you are quarreling about food. The next day, you are quarreling about food. Next month, you are quarreling about food. You know, each time you are quarreling over one thing, over and over and again. Continuous disagreement is a potential sign. It's a potential sign of marriage about to break up. Continuous disagreement in a marriage. It doesn't make marriage healthy. When each time you are arguing and disagreeing with your husband, disagreeing with your wife, it's a potential sign that marriage, if you continue with that disagreement, is going to break up very soon. No man like nagging, and I don't think any woman like continuous argument as well. Argument as well, and disagreement. I don't think any individual likes it, and you call that a peaceful union. As marriage, I don't think anybody likes that. So continual disagreement is another factor that could lead you to what is called marriage breakup or marriage risk. There are some certain things, there are some certain signs that will be coming out from your marriage. If it is not promptly corrected, that marriage will break up. If you like, come on, go and pray from now till tomorrow. Go and hold your faith and not faith. It's going to break. Even though when this is happening to a pastor, that marriage will still break. And that's why you see some pastors, their marriage breaks easily as well, because you don't put faith. Listen, marriage is not a faith thing or a prayer thing. Marriage is a practical thing. Before you begin to add faith, before you begin to add, what do you call it, prayer, you must do the needful, which is the practical aspect of marriage. You must do the needful. You must work on that marriage. The first one I said is you must not neglect your partner. Any of them, your spouse, you must not neglect them, because it doesn't make your marriage healthy. So you begin to see constant and concurrent neglect, steady neglect in either side, that marriage is likely to break anytime soon. Second one I said, if you begin to have what is called continuous disagreement, argument, headache every time in your marriage, then your marriage is still likely to break. Then we'll go to the third one, violence. Violence. Fight. Violence, no matter how small that violence is. Most of the time when we talk about violence, many people always think about hitting each other, using some objects to wound. No, that's not only violent. You can be violent with your speech, with your mouth, with your tongue. Verbal violence. You can be verbally violent to your wife. You can be verbally violent to your husband. But not like at some point, one-off, that maybe argument or violence talk cannot come. But the problem is continuous violence is another sign that your marriage is going to break up. If you have what is called continuous violence, that's every time you are violent towards your partner. Every time. Nothing that your partner or your spouse will do without you harshly responding. Without you harshly responding every time you are harsh on them. It is a sign of marriage breakup. It is a sign of a marriage breakup if it is continuous. Then another point there, which is number 4, is keeping secret. The moment husband and wife begin to keep secret, know that there is the problem. Don't they come already? Problem is already coming, because now the spouse, let me say the wife, is no longer free to tell you what she used to tell you. Now the husband is no longer free to tell the wife what he used to tell her in time past. That means there is secret now. You are now hiding things. Now, when you begin to hide things and your spouse finds out, it reduces what is called trust and faith. It reduces the trust in that wife. It reduces the trust in that husband. So when your trust is reduced, maybe your spouse is able to find out that you hiding things, it begins to kill the morale of intimacy. It begins to kill what is called the intimacy between you and your spouse. You see, that gap will begin to be there. That gap, everybody is now on their own because of secrecy. And now, it brings fear too. It brings fear. Guys, if you are watching this video and if you are benefiting from this renewing of mindset, please share this video. This is the way you can support my channel. Share this video if you are watching. And if you think there are some other factors, other signs that leads to marriage breakup, please put down in the comment section, lifestyle section. I'm going to read all of them. So now, the number 4 is what we are dealing with, which we are dealing with keeping secret. Suddenly you see that your wife is now keeping secret for you. What she used to tell you before, she doesn't tell you anymore. Why? There is a gap. There is a lack. There is now a gap. She doesn't feel more comfortable to bond with you, intimate with you, to discuss her secret with you. The same thing on the man as well. When the man begin to, go pin up, keep secrets, you see, he begins to leave, leave the house without telling you where he's going. You begin to call him outside, he's not picking up calls, and you don't know his whereabouts. He can't tell you, I am directly going to this place. And when he comes back, you're asking him, I have been calling you, where were you? He has nothing to tell you. He begins to tell you stupid stories. He begins to keep secret. for you, at that point, know that your marriage is at risk if it continues. If keeping of secrecy continues, your marriage will be at total risk. Your marriage will be at risk. If that continues, if it does, if you guys do not cure it in time, if you don't cure it in time and it continues, that marriage will definitely break up. It will definitely break up. We're going to number 5. That's what we call disrespect and disdain. Disrespect and disdain. The moment you as a wife begin to disrespect your husband and disdain him, the moment you as a husband begin to totally disrespect your wife and disdain her, there is a serious problem in your marriage. If that continues, it is very much capable to break up your marriage totally. It will break up your marriage. This is a situation. This is a situation whereby you are seeing your spouse as worthless. You treat your spouse with scorn, with disrespect. You see, you don't no longer respect for each other. Total disregard for their personality. If you continue doing that, you are going to have problem in your marriage very soon. That marriage is going to break up. The marriage is going to break up. You must respect each other in marriage. Husband must respect wife, and wife must respect husband mutually. So if any disdain, if disdain or disrespect begins to come from any part of you or any of you continuously, your marriage is at risk. You are likely to break up anytime soon. And you are not going to have peace in that marriage, because one good turn deserves another. Respect is reciprocal. You can't be hitting on one person as if that person is your slave every time, and you expect that marriage to run peacefully and smoothly. It doesn't work that way, because you can't eat your cake and have it. You cannot eat your cake and have it. So that's the 5th one. Then the 6th one is what we call indifference. Indifference is simply when you are no longer sensitive to your partner. You are no longer sensitive. You don't care anymore. It's a bit synonymous to that neglect. But this one is that you don't even bother about anything your partner does anymore. You don't bother anymore. Even though someone come to inform you, telling you that, oh, I saw your wife sleeping with another man in the hotel, you don't care anymore. You've had enough. You've fed up. Even though they report to you now that, oh, your wife is in the hotel with another man, you are so indifferent in any report concerning your wife. You are very much indifferent in any report concerning your husband. Even though somebody call you on phone, oh, your husband is in the hotel with another girl, this is the address, you don't care. Because you had enough. You are just waiting for time to tear this marriage apart. That is when you are indifferent with the marriage. You are now totally, you don't care anymore. You are insensitive. You are careless about your wife. You are careless about your husband. It doesn't bother you anymore. That is being insensitive. That is totally being indifferent. You don't care what happened. Because you are no longer happy with the marriage. The more they are even telling you that there's something wrong happening, you are praying for something more wrong to happen, so that everybody go their way. If you are in that level, you are getting this sign in your marriage, know that your marriage is about to break up. So if you love your marriage, you must do something speedily to correct it. You must do something speedily to correct it. And we got another one there. Another one is always criticizing each other. Always criticizing each other. There's no time you compliment your wife. Nothing she does that is good. Everything is negative. You must criticize her. Your husband, there's nothing. Your husband is always useless. Very useless man. There's no time you will appreciate your husband. It doesn't happen. So, you people are always criticizing each other. You criticize. Everything negative is what you see in your husband. Everything negative is what you see in your wife. Nothing good can even come out from your wife or your husband. Everything should do. You must find a way to find fault. Fault finder. You are a fault finder. Immediately you become a constant fault finder. A constant criticizer. Every time you are criticizing and it continues like that, it's a sign that your marriage is about to break up. It's a sign. Nothing good comes from your husband. For where? Nothing good comes from your wife. It's only fault. It's only criticism. When you are suffering that in your marriage now, like you watching me, know that your marriage is at risk. And if it continues, if you continue to criticize, that is criticize, this one is criticizing this one is criticizing this one. If it continues in your marriage, just in a due time, you will be either single mother or single father. That is if you people have children. Or if not, you become a single lady or a single guy if you don't have children. There's no two ways about it. You are not good. Prayer cannot solve the problem if you don't change it. Faith cannot solve that problem. You must do some work, physical work. You must put effort to change situation before they think that prayer or faith will change it for you. There are lots of people, especially Christian, they make lots of mistakes. They build their marriages on faith and prayer. Faith and prayer, these are abstract substances. They are abstract substances, not on their own able to keep your marriage. I will repeat it. Faith and prayer, they are abstract substances, not on their own able to keep your marriages. You must put effort to keep your marriage. I'm not saying faith is not good. Faith is a very good thing. I'm not saying prayer is not good. Prayer is a very good thing. But faith and prayer without work is equals to useless. Faith, prayer without effort, physical effort to make it work. That faith and prayer is called spiritual foolishness and stupidity. And I tell you true now. You don't need to take it. You think you go to church, I go to church as well. You might not even go more than me. So that's the truth. But I tell you the true thing. I'm not here to cajole you into being stupid. I'm not spiritually stupid. I'm spiritually wise. And when God has given you the spirit of discernment or some spiritual gift, He will still giving you some knowledge, some brain for you to apply. In fact, if you are spiritually good and you don't have wisdom and knowledge, you are equal to spiritually stupid. That's what it means. You are a spiritual stupid man or stupid woman. That's what it is. And that's why you see especially most of the Christians, they fail in marriage. Because what they would have averted with physical effort, with manners, with character, with qualities, human quality, with respect for human beings, they are putting prayer and faith in it to help them to do it. Are you not, man? Does faith and prayer do physical work? These are intangible and abstract substances that only serve as a booster to your effort. It serves as a propeller to your effort. It's an addition to accompany the effort you have already made in putting things. It's like when you make some application of job. After making the application of job, you go to your hiding place and pray. Say, God, bless this application and let it be successful. But not that you have not made application of job, and now you are in your room praying, God, give me job. Give me job. Hakaba in your room. Are you okay? Are you okay? You are mad. You are spiritually mad. If you don't know the definition of what you are doing, you are spiritually mad. That's simple what you are doing. You are spiritually not okay. You did not apply for a job and you are in your room. God, give me job. Through how? There must be effort first. There must be effort that God has to bless through faith and prayer. But if you don't have that effort down, God has nothing to bless through your stupid prayer and faith. He has nothing to bless. How can a farmer not plant something in the farm and you are praying to God to come and help you to grow crop? Did you plant anything that God will grow? Help you to grow through your faith and prayer? These are stupid prayers. You need to be wise. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Most of so-called spiritual people, they fail in marriage a lot. And you see, most of the worldly people, their marriage is glowing. It's glowing. Their marriage is so smooth. Because marriage, there is a principle you need to keep. And these principles as well. Let me read them down up to the point I am now. You must not neglect your partner or your spouse. 1, you must not continue in continuous argument. You cannot continue in that. You must not be violent towards your spouse. These are principles to keep the marriage. You must not keep secrets, of which when your spouse found out, it leads to mistrust or reduction in trust. You must not do that. You must not disrespect or disdain your spouse. You can't do that. Then the 6th one, you must not feel indifferent and insensitive to their plight or to their situation. You must not do that. You can't do that. And another one, which is the 7th one, you must not always continue to criticize them. Continue to see only bad thing about them. Nothing good come out from them. These are principles you need to work on in your marriage for your marriage to remain. I'm not going to tell me you have faith that the marriage will remain, and you are doing all these ones, and you are seeing those signs in your marriage, and you say your marriage will remain. How? Because you are going to church. Is this church that keeps your marriage? Are you okay? You are praying. Is it prayer that will keep your marriage? Faith. Is it faith that will keep your marriage? You don't know what you are doing. You are a failure. You are going to fail. Don't get it twisted. As I'm advising you, I'm still advising myself because I'm in marriage as well. So don't think it's only for you. This is for me and for you as well. It's not for only one person. So I'm not doing it because I'm not saying it to you. I'll tell you that I'm perfect in them. No. As I'm advising you, I am advising myself as well. So the 8th one is unforgiveness of each other. Unforgiveness of each other. You see? Something will happen 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So some people know how to keep data. They will tell you the time, date, when you offend them. In marriage, you can't do that. You must be letting go anytime, every time. As soon as possible. Just voice out your problem, voice out your displeasure, voice out what you don't like, and let it go. That's marriage. Don't keep it in your mind. Oh, because you want to please your husband, you don't want to talk. But the thing is, it's paining you inside. You keep it in your mind because you want to please your wife, you don't want to talk. And then the thing is killing you inside. You keep it in. No, and you have not forgiven each other. No. When it comes to that, forgive each other. Full stop. If it's offense is concurrent in marriage. In fact, it's steady. Offense will be there. But don't take it, don't carry it every time in your mind, in your heart. You know, as if you are keeping gold. You are stocking up gold. So that's how you stock up your own malice and enmity and unforgiving spirit against your spouse. You will fail if you continue unforgiveness, because at some point the thing we get to your neck, it will be full. You can't accommodate it anymore. You will burst in anger, and that's the end of the marriage. You say, I've had enough. You can't be stocking unforgiveness, stocking something in your belly. You're building up until it gets to your chest region and your neck. Then you've had enough. You will leave your marriage. So each time you know that, number 1, I don't forgive. 2, I don't forgive. 3, I don't forgive. You keep not forgiving your spouse, you are likely to lose your marriage anytime soon. When one of you is fed up, with a spirit of unforgiveness, you will lose your marriage. You will lose your marriage. And the last one there is what we call continuous turn down of sexual requests. Continuous turn down of sexual requests. You know, when your husband will say, darling, can we see, may we see this night now? Oh, no. I don't know. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Tomorrow, I'm not in the mood. Next tomorrow, I'm not in the mood. You are never in the mood. You are never in the mood for your husband. The same, the other way around as well. The wife will tell you, oh, let's go. I think I'm in the mood now. My darling, let's go to. You tell your wife, oh, I'm just coming from work. Every time you are complaining, you are tired. Every time you must tire. You know? You continuously deny your spouse sexual pleasure. Why I marry you? Why I marry you? He marry you, may they deny sexual pleasure. So guys no food outside. May they go there. He marry you, and sexual pleasure is one of the reasons why you are there. So they cool him or her down when required. So, but each time you turn him down, each time you turn her down, you are tired. You are not in the mood. You know, when that continues in your marriage, it's a sign that your marriage will not last. It will not last. You don't need prayer. What I'm telling you, you don't need prayer. I always tell you the truth. If you continue that way, that marriage will not last. There's no two ways about it. If you continue constantly to turn sexual requests of your spouse down every time, one day they will go outside. Not one day. They will go outside every time. If they can't have it with you, it's cheap outside. You see that? You see your husband going with small girls. You cannot do anything. Before you find out now he's late, everything is broken. He doesn't even like you anymore. He doesn't even care about you anymore. Because you pursued him outside. They tell it to your wife, oh. When your wife, you keep denying her, one day you see one small boy go help him. Well, I know too much. He go help him. I want to begin to help her, continues. You know, you can't, it's very easy. It's very easy to go into that and very difficult to stop. Very easy to go into it, very difficult to stop. Even when they are telling you your husband is coming, you are still going there because it doesn't turn your head. It's not part and parcel of you. It's very difficult to stop evil. Very difficult. It takes the grace to stop evil. The grace of God. It takes God's nature in you to stop evil. It takes His grace to stop evil. Evil is very sweet. Evil is sweeter than righteousness. You don't know? That is why they say for a rich man to go to heaven, it is more easier for the head of a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. You don't know why? Because rich men enjoyment day. Evil day. You are likely to do evil when you are rich if you don't know. So that's what I say. So evil is very sweet. That's why you see a lot of people when they enter into fornication, to stop is difficult. The same thing when they enter adultery, to stop is difficult. It is better not to have entered. It is better not to, that's why you see most of the armed robbers. They have money. They're already rich, but they are still going for armed robbery because you are addicted to evil. There's some drug users, drug addicts. Do you think it's easy? It's easy to stop? You can't stop them easily. It takes grace. Not what they stop with power. You know, it's not a muscle thing. You don't need muscle to stop it. It takes grace for you to stop that. Evil. Evil is very sweet. It's easy to stop evil. It's not easy. It's not easy to stop evil. So don't push your partner to a corner whereby he has no any other option than to do evil outside. When it comes to sexual aspect of life, you know, he's not leaving you because you are useless. You are sexually useless. So there's no point dealing with you. That's what it means. So that's what we're talking about. So for me, these are the points I was able to bring out. I will recap it now. I said, if you are seeing sign, let me recap it from the topic. I said potential signs that your marriage is about to break up. That means these are the signs you will see. If it's now happening in your marriage, know that your marriage is at risk. If these are happening in your marriage, know that your marriage is at risk. So if it's not happening in your marriage for the now, and maybe tomorrow you begin to see it, you need to work on it quickly. That's why I say, if you're watching this video, please share the video. In my self marriages as well, share the video. So you need to work on it quickly. So number one is, I said, neglect. If you are constantly neglecting your spouse, you see, your marriage will be at risk. Your marriage will be at risk. Everybody deserves respect. Be your wife, be your husband. Don't take anybody for granted. Don't take your wife for granted, and don't take your husband for granted as well. So that is one. If you begin to see constant taking of constant taking of your spouse for granted, it's going to cause you problem, or constant neglect of your spouse. So another one is what we call continuous disagreement, continuous argument, continuous disagreement and continuous argument. That's another one. It's a sign that your marriage, if it continues, is going to break. It's going to break up. Another one is what we call violence. No matter how little, whether verbal violence and any form of violence, is still going to make your marriage to break up anytime soon. And another one is called secret keeping secret from your spouse, your wife, your husband. You begin to hide things. When they find out, my brother, it can tear up your marriage as well. It can tear up your marriage as well. Another one is called disrespect and disdain. Making your spouse to be worthless, and you having what is called total disregard for them. It can still break up your marriage. It can still break up your marriage. Another one is what is called indifference. You are now becoming insensitive to your wife, to your husband. Nothing they do that fascinates you anymore. Even though someone report that your husband is sleeping with another woman, you don't even care. If for you, your mind is out. So when that continues, that marriage will surely break up. Another one is always criticizing. Nothing good come out from your husband. Everything is bad. Nothing good come out from your wife. Everything is bad. Only thing you can see about them is negative criticism. Very bad. Very bad. And another one is what we call unforgiving spirit. You don't forgive. If you do one, you count them. If you do two, you count them. Three, you count it. Four, you count it. It continues like that. At some point, you will get up to this point. It will be full. You say, I've had enough. You get out of the marriage. And finally, what we call continuous turning down of sexual requests. When your husband say, oh, I will want to, let's see ourselves. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm not in the mood. Your wife will say, oh, let's go there. Let's go to the other room. You say, I'm just coming from work. I'm tired. You say, if those things continue, you know that you are going to have what is called marriage breakup anytime soon. Guys, I will leave you guys here. Tomorrow I'm going to work, and I need to leave the studio now and go and have some rest. Thank you for watching. Let me see if there's any comments to read there. Let me see if there's any comment to read there. I see hello Polo. When is the video you recorded on Edinburgh coming out? All right, I think one of the video I asked on Edinburgh. So David Sai, where you asked, and all right, David, I'll get it out. I'll get that video out. Some of the video, the light was not that great because I was not back of the. But I'll respond to you on message. I was not at the back of the camera, so it was having much light. So it took me time to be editing and trying to cover up the light, and it doesn't look so great after editing. But I still have it on my system, David. I'll try to upload it at some point, maybe anytime soon, just to put it. But I didn't like the light much, but I'll put it so that you can see, David. Thank you. Jerry say, well done. And I saw David, Yeah, sound is great. So thank you, David. Hey, Paulo, are you going to upload the coin video you done in Edinburgh to where? Yes, I'll do that, David. Definitely, I'll do that. I'm 26 and I'm still a virgin. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Uh, so yes, thank you guys. Foster, you say you are 26, you are still a virgin. What is wrong with you? Well, I don't know. I don't know what is wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. You are not married. Maybe when you are waiting for your, I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. Or let me see. If you are watching, is it Faustal? I can't pronounce your name very right, but I'll try. Faustal. If you are watching, do I say, I don't think there's anything wrong with you if you are a virgin. Probably you are keeping your virginity for your wife or for your husband when you get married. So I don't think it's a big deal. It's not bad. Anytime you get married, yeah, you can get this virgin. It's not a problem. You are doing the right thing. Continue, all right? All right, guys. I'm going to leave you guys now. Thank you for watching. I will keep it here. Bye, guys. Bye.